Hello you guys, welcome back to another vlog. If you are new here, my name is Kate. I'm officially a mom now, which is so weird to say, and I can't believe it's already been a month. If you missed my last video, I posted just a little video kind of sharing a little bit of my birth story and just some clips that I took over the past month. And the fact that it's been already 4 weeks of having a baby is just blowing my mind. Like, it's mind-boggling. I already cried because I just can't believe that time already has passed, and I feel like he looks so much bigger now than when he was born. I mean, obviously, but it's just so crazy. But if you missed my last video, I had a baby. His name is Grayson. He's in the back seat. We just went for a little walk, and I just went to the drive-thru and I picked myself up some egg bites and a chai because for some reason I feel super hungry this morning. I feel like I've been feeling more hungry than normal because I'm breastfeeding. I'm like hungry all the time, so I just stopped and got myself a little snack. He was getting a bit fussy in the drive-thru and I was like, oh my god, I'm having so much anxiety. Nothing is worse than just hearing your baby scream, but I'm just kind of shaking the car seat a little bit, and I think he went back to sleep. And I also brought a bottle with me as well, which he just downed. I sat in the back seat and gave it to him because I've been exclusively breastfeeding, but recently I've been pumping and, you know, trying to introduce bottles to him, which he's still kind of getting the hang of it. He knows it's not the same as breastfeeding because he always has like this weird look on his face, like, what is that? Get that out of my mouth. But then he realizes like, oh, milk comes out, and he's fine. But it's just super funny. But we want to be able to give him bottles, obviously, if I'm like not home or something, so Zach can give him a bottle, my mom, and you know, just anyone. It's okay, baby. I was gonna sit and drink this and eat my egg bites, but if he's getting fussy, I think I'm just gonna go back home. But I just wanted to say good morning, start off a new vlog. It feels so good to be vlogging again and talking to you guys. I feel like I'm just talking to my best friends, and I feel so excited because I haven't really talked to the camera. Like, I was kind of talking a bit throughout like little clips in my last video, but it feels good to actually be like talking and vlogging. Yeah, it was just a nice little break though. I felt like I just really wanted to spend as much time just soaking up that first month as possible because, like I said, it already went by so fast, and I already know that the next upcoming months are gonna go by so fast. And it was actually funny because when I got back to my car after our walk, this dad next to me, it was so funny because I was getting so annoyed because I'm like, watch someone be parked right next to me so I can't get him in the car seat or just like in the way or something. And there was a guy on the side of his car seat, and I'm like, oh my god. But he was actually really, really nice. He was asking me how old he was. I'm like, oh, he's a month old. He just turned a month yesterday, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, seriously, just soak up all of these moments. It's gonna go by so fast. He's like, the next 12 years will be the best years of your life. And he was saying how much he misses his kids being little, and he started getting teary-eyed. I'm like, oh my god, don't make me cry, because I was like, this past month has already flown by. I can't even imagine. I don't even want to think about it. But anyways, just wanted to say good morning, start off a new vlog, welcome you guys back to the channel, and I'm so excited to be vlogging again. It's gonna be so different, but not at the same time, because obviously I'm still gonna share things that I love to do, like self-care and everything, and just everyday life, but now just with a baby. So the vlogs will be very fun, but I hope you guys enjoy this vlog. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. I can't tell if he's asleep or not. I bought a digital camera thing to put on my dashboard so I can see him, because I had a mirror, but I don't like I can't really see him in it that well. And also I've heard like so many horror stories of like the sun reflecting off of those backseat mirrors and like burning a hole in the car seat. So I ended up ordering a little like dash cam thing off of Amazon, so I have to set that up. We also have his 1 month appointment today, so that's pretty much all that's going on. I can't believe there's only a month left of the newborn stage. Like, it just makes me so emotional. And I'm on like mom's side of TikTok now, so I see so many videos of moms saying how fast time flies. I was like crying last night watching videos. I'm like, I cannot do this to myself. But anyways, enough of me rambling. Just wanted to welcome you guys back to another vlog. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you're subscribed. Oh my god, my arm hurts so bad from wiggling his car seat to get him to sleep. But actually, you know what? While he's sleeping, I'm just gonna drink my little drink real quick and have my snack because your girl is hungry. Sound asleep. Back inside now. I figured I could kind of share my birth story a little bit while I do my skincare and my makeup and just kind of get ready for the day. I'm also gonna pump a little bit. I got the Mom Cozy M5 pump. I got the Spectra through my insurance, but honestly, I like sterilized everything, looked over the directions, and I just never used it because it was just so overwhelming to me, and I just never got around to trying it. And also, I didn't want to have to be stuck just sitting around holding it on me. I wanted a wearable pump, that way I could actually do stuff and get stuff done, because I'm someone who just cannot sit down and I'm just super restless, especially being a mom now. It's hard to just sit down and like do nothing. And I heard a lot of good things about the Mom Cozy M5, so I'm gonna actually do a quick session right now while I get ready. I have Grayson in the bouncer next to me. He's still asleep. Luckily he stayed asleep from transferring him from the car seat to the bouncer, so that's good. We'll get a nice little nap in. I don't know if you can hear them, they're super quiet, but they do make a little bit of noise, so if you hear something, that's just the pumps. But let's do some skincare. I just washed my face, got all nice and clean. I feel like I haven't been washing my face as frequently as I would in the past. Like usually I wash my face twice a day, but I've only, like some days I only get around to washing it at nighttime, just because being a mom, you just get so busy. Like I feel like my mind is just all over the place. Being a month in, I still feel like my brain is just super discombobulated, and getting into a routine has been pretty hard, but I feel like we're finally getting into a routine with like bedtime and stuff. So I guess we'll backtrack a little bit to the day before he was born, which was July 10th. I got a membrane sweep at my 39-week appointment, and I was debating on whether or not to do it, just because I was someone who wanted a spontaneous labor. I wanted him to come on his own, and I felt like doing that would be rushing things, but then I was like, I would rather do that than be induced. I really wanted to stay away from having to be induced, and I just wanted a natural, unmedicated labor with like no medication, no Pitocin, none of that stuff. So that's what I was just hoping and praying for. So I wasn't entirely sure. Are you gonna talk? I wasn't entirely sure about the whole membrane sweep. Not that it's like that big of a deal, but I was just kind of on the fence about it. And then when I got to my appointment, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it, because I didn't really have any signs of labor approaching. And like I said, I was 39 weeks. I think it was 39 weeks and 4 days. And I was just getting to the point where I was super uncomfortable. My stomach felt like a bowling ball, and it was super uncomfortable to go to sleep. I was waking up so many times in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. Like just everything was so uncomfortable. My feet were so swollen. I have a picture of my feet now versus when I was pregnant, and it's crazy how swollen they got. So I was just super uncomfortable, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do the sweep, because like I mentioned, I would rather do that than have to be induced. So I ended up doing the membrane sweep. And if you're pregnant and you're worried about that and you have been wanting to do that, it's not bad at all. It took like 5 seconds. So many people make it to be so much worse than it actually is, because I get a lot of my information on TikTok. Not my information, but a lot of what other people say about other things on TikTok. I like to hear other people's opinions and stuff, and so many people were saying that it's worse than childbirth, and I'm like, how can that even be possible? It was not worse than childbirth, let me just say that right now. So I ended up doing the sweep, and then I heard that you're not really supposed to rest and like sit down a lot after you get the membrane sweep, because that kind of just defeats the purpose of it, I guess. So I was staying super active the rest of the day, doing a bunch of cleaning around the apartment, walking, bouncing on the exercise ball, just doing a bunch of things just to kind of keep my body moving and upright. I had a little bit of cramping, but nothing serious. Like the rest of the day I would get pretty crampy, like just normal period cramps, but it was nothing, you know, that like wasn't tolerable. So that was the rest of the day, and then I went to bed, everything was normal, and I woke up at like 3:30 in the morning to what felt like period cramps, but they were a lot worse than they felt before, and they were going away, which I was like, these have to be contractions, because it wasn't just like a constant cramping, it was a cramping and then it would go away, come back again. So I was like, shit, I think this is the day. So I got up, went to the bathroom, and tried to lay back down, but I just couldn't. It was so uncomfortable. I had to stand up and just keep myself occupied and keep my mind off of things. And let me just tell you, my contractions progressed so quickly. I downloaded that contraction app and was timing them, and they were already like 3 minutes apart and lasting about a minute each. The app literally told me, it was like, yeah, you should probably get ready to go to the hospital, like start packing your hospital bag, which is actually really cool that it tells you that depending on like how long they're lasting and how much time is between them. And I was like, how is this happening so fast? Like I must have been asleep for a portion of the contractions and I just didn't realize, because when I woke up at 3:30 they were already like pretty uncomfortable, and then it was just progressing so quickly. So I texted my mom and I was like, what do contractions feel like, just to be sure? And she was like, Kate, you're definitely like going into labor right now. And I ended up calling my doctor's office, because you're supposed to call them and like tell them, hey, I think I'm in labor, what do I do? And when I was talking with one of the nurses, she was like, oh, just try and labor at home for a bit more. And I was telling her that my contractions were pretty close together and they were lasting like a minute each. And by that point, like when I was talking to the nurse, they were almost a minute apart. I was getting to the point where I just couldn't talk through them. And she was asking me that. She's like, do you feel like you can talk through them, or do you feel like you have to, you know, like concentrate and just wait for it to pass? I'm like, it's getting to the point where I can't talk through them. I really have to concentrate and just breathe through them. And she's like, you know what, just stay at home for a bit more, labor at home, blah blah blah. And I'm like, no. If I did that, by the way, I would have had the baby at home. My labor was just progressing so fast and I didn't know it at the time, but I knew that I should be going to the hospital. She was like, call back, you know, when it feels worse, blah blah blah. And I didn't even end up calling back. I'm like, you know what, I just have to get to the hospital because it was so bad. I was dropping to the floor in so much pain, and I was telling my mom like the entire time, just telling her everything that was going on, and she immediately got up, started getting ready to come over here. And as soon as she got here, I want to say it took her like an hour to like get ready, do all of her stuff. Zach opened the door for her because I could not get off of the floor. When she was here, she was knocking on the door. I'm like, Zach, you need to open the door because I cannot get up right now. It was literally so hard to just get out of the door. And we were walking down the hallway to, I think we were going to take my car because it was already in the garage and my mom's car was all the way downstairs. All throughout the hallway, I kept dropping to the floor because I was having so many contractions. And I'm like, I cannot get in the car right now. Like, I'm in so much pain, I can't even stand up. And so my mom's like, you know what, I think we have to call an ambulance. So she ended up calling an ambulance. They came, and just trying to get myself to go in the elevator and go downstairs was like torture. The hospital is only like 10-15 minutes away from our apartment, and that ambulance ride was the longest ride of my life. And being strapped down to a stretcher and not being able to move and having contractions was like the worst. It was so painful. They were actually checking me on the ambulance to see if they could see the baby's head and if I was gonna have the baby on the ambulance, but luckily I was not that far along yet, and we made it to the hospital. By the time I got there, I was already dilated to a 6. I'm just so thankful that I did so much research on like breathing techniques, birthing meditations, hypnosis and all that stuff, because if I didn't have that and I didn't have that knowledge, I don't think that I could have done it. Like, it was extremely hard mentally. Like, that's the thing about childbirth. Everyone, myself included, was so worried about the pain, but if you can control your mind and, you know, just keep telling yourself like, this pain is, first of all, it's temporary, and second of all, it doesn't mean that anything is wrong. Like, your body is supposed to be doing this. And that's what I kept telling myself all throughout my contractions. You know, it helps to an extent, but you really just have to push through them and just know that this is your body preparing for meeting your child, which is really, really cool. A lot of it I don't even remember, and my mom and Zach will be like, oh, do you remember this? Do you remember that? And I'm like, no. Like, I feel like I truly just blacked out for a lot of it because I was just concentrating so much on my breath. They asked me if I wanted the epidural. Actually, no, they didn't even ask me if I wanted the epidural. They were kind of just assuming that I was going to get it, and I'm like, no, I don't want it. I just want to have an unmedicated labor. And they were all like so confused because they were like, that's so not common at this hospital. So I didn't end up having the epidural. I don't even think that if I wanted to get it, I don't even think that they would have given it to me like 30 minutes after they asked, just because everything was moving so quickly. and the next time they checked me, I was a 9, and then I was a 10. So everything just progressed super, super fast. If you're planning on having an unmedicated birth, you really just have to concentrate and, like I said, know that this pain is temporary, know that it's not causing your body any harm, it's just pushing your baby down. I also want to do a Q&A all about birth, labor, postpartum, being a mom, all those fun things. So definitely leave me some questions. I'll probably also put a question box on my Instagram story because I really just want to do like a sit down video and answer a bunch of questions that are all in one video. That way I don't have to continue to talk about it and bore you guys all throughout my vlogs. That way it can just be in like one video. So when I was at a 10, started pushing, I want to say I only pushed for like 30 minutes, and the ring of fire was so real. That was like the worst part of the entire thing, but it was so quick and so fast. Like the whole transition phase is the worst, but it goes by so fast. He was born at 9:50 in the morning on July 11th. I also wrote down everything in my notes about my birth. I don't want to like forget anything. Oh yeah, Zach was feeding me a popsicle as I was like on all fours on the hospital bed, and I was in so much pain, and the nurse, for some reason, she brought a popsicle because she thought that that would help, and it really, really did. Now cherry popsicles remind me of giving birth now, but it was just so funny because he was feeding me that as I was just dying on the hospital bed. Oh yeah, I was also screaming, which I didn't expect. It was so hard to control it though. Like I literally didn't care what anybody thought about me in the moment. I was just doing my own thing, whatever worked and whatever felt good. It really is just like the craziest experience, but it was like the best day of my life, and I keep saying I wish I could go back and do it all over again, regardless of how bad it hurt, just because it was that beautiful. And it was just, I can't even describe it. Like once you go through it, you'll know what I mean, but I seriously wish I could just relive that day over and over again. But like I didn't even have time to do anything. I didn't have time to sit in the hospital bed and do my makeup a little bit, or you know, take pictures in the hospital bed and just have like those memories. I didn't have time to do anything. Like everything was moving so quickly, but honestly I'm grateful for that because I just was so happy to get it over with and meet my baby, and it was a really, really cool experience. If you're afraid to give birth, please don't be, because it's such a natural thing. Like your body is literally made to give birth. We stayed 2 nights at the hospital, which those were the 2 like worst nights of my life. I want to say, I say worst in quotation marks just because I could not sleep. I was so overwhelmed, and just the amount of people that come in and out of your room is crazy. And it's funny because they keep telling you to get your rest. They're like, make sure you go to sleep, you need to rest, blah blah blah, you need to sleep for the baby, your baby needs you, so you need the rest, you can't be burnt out. And I'm like, how the hell do you expect me to go to sleep when there's people coming in and out every 5 minutes? I'm really glad I had my camera though. That was like the one thing that I made sure to bring with me so I could record some of it. And I didn't put like the clips of me giving birth in my video that I posted, just, you know, because it's a little bit personal, but I did put like audio, a little bit of the audio, and then some clips over it. But the whole thing was recorded, which is so crazy. Like I was watching it back for the first time because I hadn't watched it. I was kind of nervous too, but I watched it back for the first time when I was editing my last video, and I'm like, oh my god. Just the human body is crazy, and the woman's body and just what it can do. Yeah, it's insane. Childbirth is so crazy, but it's such a beautiful thing, and I just cannot get over that it's been a month. Now he's crying. Zach just took him out of the bathroom because he was getting a bit fussy, but I'm gonna get dressed and we're gonna head to his appointment soon. Maybe I'll just wear this. Just wearing a sweatshirt and some biker shorts. I think I'll just wear this. I don't really feel like getting dressed and like wearing actual clothes. What should we wear today, buddy? That's cute. Why do you always fart after I change you? It's a bit later, or a lot later actually. It's 7 o'clock right now, and he did so well at his appointment. He's 10 pounds now. I forget how many ounces. He was 8 pounds and 5 ounces at birth. So we're packing on the pounds. He is doing so good, growing so well. He's like zonked right now in his little bouncer. So I'm actually gonna do a bit of cleaning because the apartment is such a mess right now. This is just the reality of having a newborn. Everything is everywhere. We have all of this laundry to do. The kitchen is a mess. There's bags and just stuff everywhere. So while he's asleep in the bouncer right now, Cheeto, can you please stop? This cat, I swear, is so nosy. Get down. You're not supposed to be up there. You know that. But there's literally crap everywhere. And instead of just pretending like my apartment is so neat and clean, I just want to show you this is the reality of it, and this is what it currently looks like. And this table has been filled with clutter every day for like weeks. So I just can't take it anymore. So we're gonna take some time and just clean up a bit while he's asleep in the bouncer. I actually ran to Target while my mom was here. She was babysitting Grayson for a bit after we came home from his appointment, and I picked up this pack of like breast milk storage bottles from Medela because I'm trying to pump more and just store more breast milk and up my supply just so we can have bottles and stuff. So I picked that up at Target. So I want to wash all of these and stuff, but I thought these were cool. You can like change the day, like you can switch to what day that you pumped it, and then like if it was in the morning or the nighttime. So I thought that was pretty cool. So we're gonna wash these. Cheeto, oh my goodness, it's so bad. I just have had the motivation to clean. I just feel like we're just so go 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 now, and it's such a huge shift in your routine when you have a baby, and just trying to navigate how you do things and when you do things is so difficult. And I feel like we're starting to get into a bit of a groove now, but it's still pretty hard. And I just feel like my mind is always racing. While I have the time and he's taking a little snooze, let's fix this apartment because it's driving me insane. What do you see? I see a blue horse looking at me. Good morning, you guys. It's actually a few days later. It's Wednesday. We've had pretty rough nights. The past few nights we're really in the newborn trenches right now, just with the whole sleep schedule and sleep deprivation, all that stuff. It's really, really tough. And it's crazy like how your body can function. Like I'm so tired right now, and I haven't had normal sleep in a month, but like right now I feel like I have so much energy, but I feel super tired at the same time. It's like I'm overtired, and my body is just like forcing itself to stay awake and take care of him. But we've had really, really rough nights of sleep, especially these past few nights. He's been dealing with reflux. We actually had a hospital scare 10 days after he was born. He was doing this thing where he like would stop breathing and was choking, and it was scaring us so bad. And so we actually called an ambulance because we didn't know what to do. Bless you, baby. Bless you. He was having really bad reflux and just choking. They tested him for COVID, RSV, the flu, and he was negative for all of those. So we just concluded that it was probably a cold and his reflux, but it's been super bad these past few nights, like the acid reflux. And we had his 1-month appointment, which you guys saw the other day, and she prescribed him Famotidine, I think it's called. He's doing fine right now, but sometimes the reflux just bothers him a lot. So we're hoping that that goes away with time and with the medicine, because we've been doing so much research. I guess a lot of babies struggle with reflux and it can go away with time, but also it's just super nerve-wracking, especially being first-time parents, because seeing your baby struggle and just be uncomfortable is not fun. He hates his bassinet. He hates to sleep being on his back, and so we try to elevate him a little bit, but obviously it's hard with, you know, all the restrictions. Like you can't have any blankets in there, you can't have stuffed animals and stuff. It's just, there's so many rules and regulations, which is so understandable to be safe, but it's hard when he's so uncomfortable, and I just hate seeing him uncomfortable. But if any of you have had babies who have struggled with that, please let me know your suggestions, because I feel like we've been trying everything. At first we thought it was gas, so we gave him, what is it called? Oh, I have it in this drawer. the Milacone drops for gas because we thought maybe it was that was bugging him all the time, but those don't really seem to do that much. But now we're doing that other medicine, so we're gonna see if that helps. But it's just been a pretty rough past couple of nights. But we're just chilling in his nursery right now doing some tummy time. This is the Love Every play mat, by the way. I get a lot of questions on this. This is pretty popular and I had this on my registry and he absolutely loves it. We do it for tummy time and for him to just, you know, look at these contrast cards and everything. There's a little mirror right here and he loves to look at himself. So I just lay a little boppy and have him do some tummy time. But this is a really great brand. This is super cool too because it comes with this little packet thing and you can kind of see what you can do with them for each month that they are. So that's pretty cool. And then they also reached out to me and wanted to send a little gift for him. So this is the Looker kit. It's 0 to 2 months. What's wrong, baby? What do you see? It just has a bunch of little things like this, contrasty type things, little toys. So that's super cool. This brand has a lot of good stuff, so definitely check them out if you have a little one. These are my favorite pajamas he has, by the way. They're from Target. I think pajamas are like my favorite to buy for him. I just love them, and Target has some really cute ones, and these are so soft. And it's funny because I notice a bunch of moms on like TikTok and Instagram also have these, and it's just so funny to see like everyone buying their baby clothes from the same place. But Target has really cute pajamas and they're on the more affordable side. So if you need some cute pajamas for your baby or for someone else for a gift, baby shower, Target has really cute baby clothes. And like I said, these ones are so soft. They're from, I forget what the brand is called, but it has cloud in the name. And it also has like a little cloud symbol in the logo. So if you see that at Target, they have really cute stuff. And then mommy got some really fun packages. This one is from Fit Fab Fun. It's their fall 2024 box. Or Fab Fit Fun. Did I say Fit Fab Fun? Say that 10 times fast, I dare you. But they're basically just like a subscription box. You can pick out certain beauty products, home decor. So they let me pick out some stuff. We have some slip scrunchies, which I love these scrunchies. This is a blanket from Sunday Citizen. This looks so soft. I have a code too as well that gets you 20% off your first subscription order. It's just Caitlin20. I'll put it on the screen if you want to use it. Oh my gosh, I love this. I'm excited to use this for him. I'm like obsessed with buying him blankets and pajamas. I don't know why, but those are like my two favorite things to buy him. So it's just like a plain oatmeal color, super soft, very cute for like fall and winter coming up. Then we have nude sticks, lip and cheek balm. That's cool. I haven't tried these yet before, but I love nude sticks, like the blush that they have with the little brush on the other end. Big fan of nude sticks. I think these are hoops from Ellie Vale, which I'm excited about because I don't have plain gold hoops like this, which you think I would because I love hoops and gold jewelry. These are nose strips for like blackheads and stuff. Last but not least, we have some slippers. Mook Lukes, I think is the brand. Hope I'm saying that right. But I'm so excited for these because I need new slippers. I love these. They have a platform. How cute are those? Like I said, my code is Caitlin20 to get 20% off your first subscription box. Last package that I have is from Brochu Walker or Brushu Walker. They sent me a really cute note and they let me pick out the most stunning dress. This is like such a mom dress in my eyes. This is what the top looks like. Like, isn't this so pretty? All right, we're getting super fussy. I think I'm gonna take him for a walk by the pond again. He loves to just take a nap the entire time and I can tell he's like overtired right now and he's having trouble falling asleep, so I think we're gonna go to pond, okay? All right. I just picked up a nice little smoothie bowl. My mom's on Mimi duty right now, so I'm out running a few errands and I decided to pick up a smoothie bowl. It's from Soul Bowl, and if you have one of these near you, they have the best smoothie bowls. They're so good. Actually, the last time I had one of these was the day before Grayson was born, which is so crazy. I came here and met my friend Tina, and we got smoothie bowls, and it was right before my 39-week appointment, and we were just talking about it, and I'm like, this is probably like the last time that I'm gonna see you before I have a baby. And then literally the next day he was born, so it's so crazy. I haven't had one of these since, and I'm so excited. I'm like so in the mood for this right now. It's so yummy. It has strawberries, blueberries, bananas, coconut, and then I also add peanut butter, because their peanut butter here is like so good. You know when you have a really good peanut butter? This one is really good. But I'm having some me time right now. My mom is on Mimi duty. Like I said, she's watching Grayson back at home. I came here first because I'm waiting to pick up a grocery order from Whole Foods. I just did a grocery order because honestly, when you have a baby, it's like so hard to go grocery shopping and just do normal errands. So I was like, you know what, I'll just do a grocery order. So I just did an online order. I'll go and pick that up, and then I also have to go to Target because I need to get Cheeto some more wet food. I felt so bad because he had none left yesterday and then this morning, because usually I give him that as well as dry food, and he knows like when he gets the wet food, and I felt so bad because he kept like meowing at me and just bugging me to give him the wet food, and I'm like, I don't have any, so I have to go to Target and get him some more. But I'm just gonna chill and eat this first and then go do the rest of my errands. It feels so good to just get out of the house. This is like very much needed me time, so I feel really happy right now. It's like impossible for me to come to Target and not look at the baby clothes. How cute are these for Halloween? Oh my god. I feel like I need to get him something. I think I'm gonna get him these. I think I'll get 6 months because he's already wearing like, sometimes he wears like 3 to 6. So I think that'll be good. How freaking cute. Hi, baby. My mom put him in these new pajamas that I got him. Also, these are actually from Target as well, and they're literally 3 to 6 months. And I was like, do these actually fit him? Like when I walked in the door, she's like, I put him in his PJs. And I'm like, oh my god, how are you already fitting into these? You're literally 5 weeks old tomorrow. Like that's not okay. But I'm back now from all of my errands. This is what I got from Whole Foods. Nothing crazy, just like little things to have for the next few days. I got my favorite Dave's Killer Bread, the good seed, thin sliced. I've been having this every single morning with one of these for breakfast. I'm obsessed with these. Chobani Complete Strawberry Cream, this flavor, to die for. So if you see those at the store, definitely grab them. I literally stocked up because they're so good. I got some rice to go with some dinners, strawberries, blueberries, broccoli, avocados. These have also been my favorite. The Unreal dark chocolate coconut bars. They're literally just like Almond Joys. They're so good. And then this is actually something that I used to have years ago, and I saw it on the Whole Foods website, and I was like, wow, that sounds really good with like yogurt bowls and stuff instead of granola, just to have something different. The Catalina Crunch dark chocolate cereal. They have other flavors as well, but this one is really good. And then just some old-fashioned Teddy peanut butter. So I'm gonna put these groceries away really quickly and then probably get him ready for bed, since you're very overtired right now, right? You need to go to bed, my love. You're very, very tired. Really quickly, this was everything that I got at Target. I ended up picking up these onesies, which I showed you. How cute. My first Halloween, and then this one just has little pumpkins over it. And then I also saw this outfit, which I thought was adorable. Love the stripes, love the little shorts. I'm like a psycho. Every time I go to Target, it's like I can't help myself. I have to buy him something. Of course, I found myself in the home decor section. I picked this little tray up because I'm actually going to replace the one that I have on the island now and then use this one. I think it's from the Threshold brand. Oh no, it's from the Hearth and Heath brand, so I can link this stuff if you guys like this stuff. And then I picked up a candle because I have a candle obsession. Smoked apple cider. Like, I'm so excited for fall, so I just had to grab this stuff. I got some cute little pumpkins. I'll probably stick those on top of the shelves above the sink in the kitchen. These are from Threshold, and they always have cute stuff when the holidays roll around. So we got a little one and a big one, and then of course Cheetos food, which was the only thing that I needed, but of course came out with a little bit extra. Grayson is in his crib. It's 9:30. We usually put him in his crib first, and then I'll wake him up if he doesn't wake up already. Usually he does wake up around like 10:45, 11ish, and if he doesn't, I'll wake him up, feed him. I've been trying to do like the dream feed method where I put him down at like 7:30ish, let him sleep until like 10:45, 11ish, like I said, and then wake him up, feed him a good amount, and then put him back down. And usually they're supposed to sleep a long stretch, but he has yet to sleep more than 3 hours. So it's been a struggle, but you know, we're still gonna work on it. And I've been trying to get him into like a routine and a rhythm. That way he's in the habit of doing the same thing every single night. That way it's just like easier for his body to adjust. So we put him in the crib, and then when we go to bed, we usually put him in a bassinet next to us by our bed in our room. But I've just been praying every night that after I feed him, after like the 11 o'clock feed, that he just sleeps a long stretch, but he has not done that yet. So maybe tonight will be the night, but I'm so exhausted. I was like, you know what? I need to do a little face mask moment. So I put on this Rare Earth Deep Pore Cleansing Mask from Kiehl's. Love this mask. I feel like it's so good for when your skin just needs a little TLC. Like I had a few blemishes that I noticed on my forehead, and usually this clears things up right away. So love this mask. But I think I'm gonna end off the vlog here. So funny that there's a baby in my vlogs now. Like that's just so crazy. It's still so surreal to me, even though he's literally here. Sometimes I'm like, I have a baby. I think I mentioned this before, but definitely, yeah, I did mention it the other day, but definitely let me know if you have any questions for like a Q&A that I'm gonna do, like postpartum stuff, being a mom in general, labor, birth, all that stuff, being pregnant. So yeah, definitely let me know if you have any questions, because I definitely do want to do like a sit down video just answering a bunch of questions. That way everything can just be in one single video. Thank you so much for watching. Love you, and I will see you in my next vlog.